Now, the United States typically does like to surprise me. Like, I will think a girl is doing so good on stage, and then they'll pick somebody like that I didn't expect to be Miss USA. If any country I can expect a surprise from, it would be the United States, because the United States likes to pick a princess. They don't like, they rarely give me a true like powerful queen. They like to pick someone who's bubbly personality and kind of cute on stage, but not Miss Universe material. So if somebody comes out the cut that isn't one of these girls and totally like wins Miss USA, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, because Miss USA loves to pick a princess. There's no Florida. Hello and welcome back. I am the Sovereign and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. If you are not following me on Instagram, if you are not a part of our Discord, I highly suggest you hop on down into the description box and find the links below, because a lot has gone down. We are here to talk about Miss USA 2020 final night review. And some of you may be wondering, like, did you do a reaction? Well, I did, but there were a lot of twists and turns within the Miss USA competition. So let's start from top 15. So though I do have a reaction, I'm not sure I really want to post it, because that would mean I would have to edit it and relive the experience, which I don't want to. But I may insert some clips from the live reaction for your enjoyment, and so that you may laugh at my horror and shock and anxiety and confusion. Massachusetts and Florida did not make top 16. I do not understand why. Texas did not make top 15. I do not understand why. I'm having a rough time right now, you guys. I am having a rough time. I'm having a rough time. I'm having a rough time. The reason I'm having a rough time is because some of these girls I think there's justification for, such as Alabama. Alabama's one girl that I went back and forth on whether to put her on the list or not. So there's justification for her. Mississippi, I get that. There's justification for that. That's another one I went back and forth on. But some of the ones that are I'm just like coming out of nowhere, and I don't see the reason why. Because you have to still factor in evening gown and swimwear performance. Even if their interview was outstanding, their evening and swimwear performance still matters. And from what I'm seeing that Miss USA is doing, it's almost like they're negating the other two parts of competition in favor of interview. You're not gonna give me Florida? Are you kidding? From the girls that made it to top 15, I was impressed that Hawaii actually stepped it up. She became the Hawaii that I knew when she was competing in California, and I was pleasantly surprised that she had done so. Ohio, I think, did the best in swimwear. Ohio was phenomenal. Hawaii came back. New York was entirely consistent and herself and slayed in both categories. Now, people that made it to top 15 that I really wasn't looking for, Indiana, I believe it's Indiana, not Illinois. Is it Illinois or Indiana? Or was it both of them? I feel like it was Illinois and Indiana. Nevada, California, and I've said this during the reaction, which I'm not sure you guys are going to get to see. The reason I didn't speak on California is because I could see her contour from space. I could see her blush better than I could see the Northern Lights. Like, I could see everything on her face. Now, right now I'm wearing makeup. You cannot see the different variations of color on my face, but I sure as heck could see it on California's face, and it aged her. And that tan was entirely too dark. And she's one of the girls I had in mind when I made the video about queens overly tanning because I knew she's the type of woman that likes to be overly tan. Now, what you do in your personal life, whatever. I think it looks absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. But when it comes to a pageant stage, it's different. But her face and her body were two totally different colors, on top of the fact the contour and the highlight, and I just couldn't stand to look at it. I really couldn't. Her makeup was a lot better during finals, but still. California made finals, Indiana, Illinois, and Nevada. The one that I not only called on her tan, but the one that was carrying the dress. Nevada made finals. And I'm just like, Nevada made finals. But Texas didn't, and Massachusetts didn't, and Florida didn't. And I don't understand the justification. As a competitor, if I'm in a situation where I lose to anyone, I don't mind taking a loss as long as it's justified, as long as I understand why I lost. That's fine. If I lose to an amazing queen and she was phenomenal and she was outstanding, I will crown you myself. But what really kills me is when I lose and I don't know why. And no one can justify it for me. Some of you may be here looking for the justification that I may have for certain people not making finals. I have none. It makes no sense to me why Nevada would make finals and Florida would not. I don't know. I don't know. There were some girls that were on the outskirts of my radar, such as Mississippi. I spoke about her in my reaction. I'm like, she has potential. So she was on the outskirts of my peripheral vision. That makes sense. Illinois, Indiana was not. I don't know. So for those of you who don't know or you need reminding, the top 5 was yes, you are hearing me correctly. New York did not make top 5. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She didn't trip. She didn't fall. She didn't do anything wrong. She was entirely consistent. I don't know why she didn't make top 5. I don't know. Why did Ohio not make top 5? I don't know. Even Hawaii, who entirely stepped it up during finals, did not make top 5. And I do not know. I don't understand the judging standards for Miss USA, what they were doing, because from what I understand, top 15 is a combined score from interview and the preliminary evening gown and swimsuit competitions. That's how it should work out. The women that make top 5 should be the combined score of evening gown and swimsuit, and then they go into question and answers and statements. But the best people during evening gown and swimsuit didn't necessarily make top 5 aside from Idaho. The top 2 were Idaho and Mississippi. Now in the reaction, because I'm honest, I'm not going to be like, oh, I knew it was going to be Mississippi. No, I didn't. Like I said, she was on the peripheral vision of my psyche. You guys heard me call her out in the previous videos, but I didn't see her coming out as a winner because her stage presence and performance isn't on par of that of a Miss Universe. She needs practice. In the reaction, I did say that of the top 5, I wanted the top 2 to be Idaho and Mississippi. And I was hoping that Idaho would get the crown because I think she's more ready for Miss Universe competition than Mississippi. Now, obviously the reverse happened, but hey, I'm happy we got Mississippi because based on the United States judging standards, it could have been a lot worse. So I'm not taking wins away from Mississippi at all. Congratulations to Mississippi, and yo, it could have been worse. It really, like, it could have been bad, okay? Because there was one, I think it's Illinois. I don't understand why she was in top 5, and I'm sure she's an amazing person, but I'm speaking from a competitive standpoint. No personal feelings, no emotions, don't care. Don't care about people. I'm thinking about competitively. Competitively, I don't understand why it was Illinois that made top 5. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. It may seem very obvious to you guys that I'm not the happy, peppy self that I normally am. Normally, I'm very excited. Normally, I'm very like, oh my God. The reason I'm hesitant to post this reaction is because most of my reaction is not positive. There was so many surprises and things that didn't make sense that I couldn't be happy as a fan. As a fan, part of the fun of watching a Miss USA or any pageant is watching wonderfully deserving women strive for, you know, their goals and their achievements. We like watching the women we know worked hard, were doing well, proceed to other rounds, to other levels. That's part of the fun of being a fan, is being able to follow along in the competition. And I found myself very lost, very confused. I don't understand why certain things happened and why certain things didn't. And I have no justification for any of it. I do not understand why Florida did not make top 15. I do not understand why New York did not make top 5. If they had messed up, I would get it. You know, if New York had tripped or done something or her faces were off, I would get it. You know, I have no problem accepting when somebody justifiably loses, but I see no justification for a lot of the stuff that happened. I don't like being confused. I don't like being confused. Now, I did say, and I warned you guys that this could happen in previous videos, if any type of surprise was to come from any country, it would be the United States, because consistently the United States judging standards are off in La La Land, living in Wonderland. Like, I don't know what time zone that they have jumped to, but they are not living in our current universe. The judging is not consistent. It doesn't make sense. I have no justification for those of you looking for me to just be like, oh, it was justified. I don't know. Ohio's placement, not justified. New York's placement, not justified. Nevada's placement, not justified. Texas's placement, not justified. Now, let's talk about Mississippi, because I'm actually pretty happy we got Mississippi, okay? Because in the reaction, I'm thinking, based on, because I understand the United States has different judging standards than normal human beings. So from United States judging standards, I'm thinking top 2 is going to be Oklahoma and Alabama. And I'm like, oh Lord. That's what I was thinking was going to happen based on Miss USA judging standards, not Miss Universe judging standards, because in Miss USA, Miss Universe doesn't matter. So I was thinking that's who we were going to get. So when we got Mississippi and Idaho, I was like, Lord, thank you. Thank you. So I am not taking the win from Mississippi, because we're lucky we got Mississippi. She, as I have said in previous videos, has potential. So let's talk about Mississippi herself. Girl is gorgeous. That's one thing she has working in her favor. Beautiful. She's beautiful. Beautiful. She did better in swimwear than evening gown, but she definitely needs stage performance help. She comes off as very practiced, very rehearsed, very precise, very Trump era-ish. Because Trump era, when he had control of the pageants, everyone was very pristine and precise and very airbrushed. He liked a very perfected type of queen. And she comes off as that. We need a bit more fierceness. We need a bit more confidence. We need a bit more relatability. We just need a bit more from her for her to do well in Miss Universe. And like I said, she does have potential, but I don't think you can flesh out that potential in a month. Because as far as I know, Miss Universe is in January. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, Miss Universe is supposed to be in early 2021. So do we really have enough time to really flesh out her true potential in order for her to make a real bid for a Miss Universe crown? And remember, she's competing in the Americas. She's going against Colombia, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama. Like, do we have enough time for her to build up to that level? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I really don't. I worry for her. Now, this all depends on her work ethic, right? She has the potential to get there, but she's gonna have to bust her butt. Can she? Absolutely. So once again, congratulations to Mississippi, and I'm astounded that we have yet another crowned Black queen. What? Who saw that coming? How many Black queens have we had back to back? What? Color me surprised. Like, I definitely was not expecting that. So congratulations to Mississippi. And if Mississippi's ever seeing this and she's just like, girl, when I'm talking about my confusion with the pageant, I ain't talking about you. Okay? Disregard yourself. Go wear your crown and be happy. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everything else. Like, I'm talking that stuff, top 15, and like, I'm not questioning Mississippi. You go on and strut and live your life and go prepare for Miss Universe. Somebody go tell Mississippi to go prepare for Miss Universe. I'm not questioning her. We're lucky we have her. But I'm questioning everything else. I'm questioning Nevada placing over Massachusetts. I'm questioning Illinois' placement in top 5 over New York. I'm questioning things. And I feel bad for the girls, because I know that people have this tendency to be like, oh, you're a sore loser. If I was in some of these girls' positions, like Massachusetts. If I was in Massachusetts' position, I would be crying. I would be crying. And it's not because I'm a sore loser. Oh, you can't accept a loss. I can take a loss. I don't mind getting whooped by a glorious, deserving queen. Whoop on me, sis. I don't mind losing to someone who's amazing. I will crown you myself. But what bothers me as a competitor, especially, is when I lose and there's no reason for it. If I can't justify the loss. If I did something wrong, fine. But if I can't see where I messed up, if there's no justification or reasoning behind my loss, I'm gonna be upset because it feels like it wasn't deserved. And even, I'm not a competitor, and even I feel like a lot of these girls were robbed. And I don't say that lightly because I don't like to start controversy. I just like to be a pageant fan. But if it had just been like one girl who I felt like was robbed, I probably would stay silent. But there were so many girls that I feel like were not given what they deserve. They were not given justice. This robbery. And like I said, I'm not talking about Mississippi. Mississippi off living her happy life, and I'm talking about everything else. So if you're seeing me not necessarily in my happiest, most bubbly capacity, it's simply because I'm just confused, and I'm not the type of person that likes to be confused. I'm the type of person that reads the user license agreements on like the things I buy, my phone, my camera, my laptop, like my rice cooker. I read the fine print on everything because I like to understand things. I like to fully flesh out and grasp all the different concepts of what could be affecting things that I care about. I want to understand what's going on. I hate to be confused. I'm the type of woman that doesn't like to be confused. I'm the type of woman that needs to know. I need to know everything. And right now I am in a state of confusion, and that's why I'm not necessarily happy. Like, how can I be happy about something if I don't even know why it happened? Like, I don't know why. Okay? Like when Elo won in the Philippines, she wasn't really on people's radar like that. Like, she was kind of on the peripheral, kind of like Mississippi. She was on the peripheral, but she wasn't like one of the top 5 that people were raving about. But when I watched the competition and I saw her, you guys could see that I was like, wow, she's doing better. There was justification for Elo's win. There's justification for Ribia's win. I saw that and I'm like, yeah, that's great. She did great. Justified. I see it. Everybody could see it. There was not much to dispute. But in the United States, it's like, I've spoken with you guys on live stream on Instagram. I've spoken with you guys in the Discord. Nobody has answers. And I don't have answers either. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I do. I don't know. All I know is we're lucky we even got Mississippi. So, Mississippi girl, I said you had potential. Get to work. Get to work, because United States, the USA wants a crown. We want a Miss Universe crown, please and thank you. I would like to see that on your head. If you could do that for me, I would be very happy. I would be very grateful. I would be a very grateful pageant fan. Thank you, Mississippi, for a glorious performance, for being a beautiful woman. Gosh, that's definitely not something you need to worry about. And I look forward to seeing what she has to bring to the Miss Universe stage. Sherry Hill, you better do my girl some justice. In the comments section below, leave me your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. What did you think about the Miss USA final night competition? Sound off and let us all know. We can all go through therapy together. I love you and I will miss you, but you know I will be back in a future video.